Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is it. 4 seasons, 74 episodes have led us to this very moment. Episode 75 of the Realistic Career Mode with Nottingham Forest. And we are, well, 2 games away from winning the Europa League, but we've got, and one of those games is against Villa. And then we've got the Europa League final against Atletico Madrid. We wrapped up the Premier League title in episode 74, the first title in this club's history in the last 50 years. As you can see the table there, 84 points. We lead Man City by 5. We won the title by beating Bournemouth away from home. It was absolute limbs on the south coast. And now we can relax, rotate the side against Villa, and then put out our strongest 11 in the Europa League. As we look at the relegation scrap, there's still something to be done. Southampton already relegated, but Norwich, Palace, Fulham, and Bournemouth are all battling to stay above that dreaded drop zone. So we'll keep an eye on those fixtures. At the top of the table, the top 3 already sorted. We've already won the league. City in second and Liverpool in third. But Chelsea and Tottenham battling for that final Champions League spot. So we'll keep an eye on that result as well. As we head to Villa Park, Tyrone Mings, the ex-Villa captain, now hanging up his boots. His final game. As we come into this game, playing Villa side who are sat in 12th. They've got nothing to play for in the league. They're safe, but I don't think they can finish in the top 10. So it's a nothing game for them. And, you'll see from our lineup as well, we've massively rotated. We've made 10 changes to the side that secured the title at Bournemouth. Only Dean Henderson keeps his place as he's going for the Golden Glove for the first time in his career. Hopefully we can secure Dean that accolade. Plenty of changes though. Youth Academy graduates, Greenwood, Farmer and Noble will come in. And then the likes of Richards, Adebayo, Phillips and Isak also are in the starting lineup, with Sufal and Rakitic making their final league appearances of their careers. Like Tyrone Mings, they are both retiring at the end of the season and they won't feature against Atletico Madrid. So this will be their final game for the club. And I'm glad that we were able to secure the title. Obviously, we had the chance to do it at home to Chelsea. We couldn't do it in front of our home fans, unfortunately. As we see Isak celebrating the first goal there. Love that little, you can see the fans celebrating in the background of Villa Park. But yeah, we had the chance to secure the title against Chelsea at home. We didn't do it. We drew 1-1 with them, but we did it away to Bournemouth, meaning going into this final game, with knowing that we have that European final in 4 days' time, we can heavily rotate the squad, and that's exactly what we've done. We still on the clean sheet, which Dean is trying to defend there. And we want to defend our 20-game unbeaten run. We have gone an incredible run. We haven't lost since Man United beat us at home back in December. We haven't lost this calendar year. It's been an incredible run. We have been hot on form. Maybe slightly it's because we went out of the cups in the quarterfinal stages, so we had less games to worry about. Obviously, we were still in the Europa League, but we were worrying about less games, and we've gone an incredible unbeaten run to secure Nottingham Forest's first league title in nearly 50 years. Well, Isak would get his and our second goal in the second half before we made changes. Sufal and Rakitic coming off for the final time before we make a couple of rotation subs. And then with 25 minutes to go, the youngsters are on. Smith. Farmer obviously pops up with a goal. His first in a little while, and we make it 3. And that should be all 3 points. Well, from kickoff, Phillips, who assisted that Farmer goal, wins possession back, finds Noble with a beautiful ball in behind, and he squares to Farmer, who makes it 2 in a minute. And we have 4. And it is becoming a thumping down in Birmingham. 15 minutes to go, and it's a more beautiful play. Noble's found again in the box. First touch is beautiful, takes him around the defender, and he squares it to Oscar Greenwood, who bags his first Premier League goal. Love that moment for the youngster. And that's the 3rd assist, I think, from Noble today. He's been fantastic. And, it would be 4 assists for the forward. He sets up Farmer, who bags his hat-trick. First career hat-trick for Benjamin Farmer. It's 4 assists for Nathan Noble. And, the kids took over in the Europa League game earlier in the season when we ran riot, scoring and assisting plenty. I can't remember who we played, actually, in that game, but I remember them balling out. And they're doing so here. Villa Park, and it is 7. Now, Nathan Noble bags his first goal of the Premier League season. His first ever Premier League goal. He's got a couple in the Cup this year and one in Europe. He now has a Premier League goal, and that goes along with his 4 assists. And what a performance from Nathan Noble. This kid is going to be special. Really looking forward to using him next season. Well, in injury time, Villa, I mean, their fans have surely left the stadium now. Final game of the season, they are 7-0 down. Adebayo puts in a good block before Henderson makes a good save. But with the final action of the game, corner swung in, it's headed on, and Henderson with another save, and the referee blows for full time. That is it. It's over. 7-0, and what a way to round off a Premier League campaign. 21 games unbeaten. We were unbeaten for this entire calendar year. What an incredible run by Nottingham Forest. They end it in style. 7-0 winners at Villa Park. Dean Henderson secures the Golden Glove with, I think that's his 13th clean sheet of the season. Nathan Noble, 1 goal, 4 assists. Benjamin Farmer, 3 goals. Good performance from Phillips in the midfield. And there they are, the boys celebrating once again. They have already lifted the trophy, but what a way to round off the title. A fantastic result, and we secure the Premier League title. 38 games, 21. The last 21 unbeaten. I think you can't say that we didn't deserve it. What a fantastic run. We ended on 110 goals, 47 conceded, a plus 63. 26 wins, 9 wins. 26 wins, 9 draws, just 3 defeats in 38. That is a fantastic response. And down the bottom, it was as you were. Norwich and Palace go down. They joined Southampton. Actually, I think Fulham beat Chelsea on the final day, but they were safe anyway. As we turn our attentions to the big one, the final game of season 4. Atletico Madrid, Diego Simeone's side. We can see here that they won their group. They were undefeated, just like us. 5 wins, 1 draw, scoring 17 and conceding 5. So big scorers and not many conceding at the back. They knocked out Leverkusen 2-1, 3-1 on aggregate in the round of 16 before beating Bruges 2-1 on aggregate, despite losing the second leg at home 1-0. And then in the semis, Simeone's side overturned Porto 5-2 on aggregate, 3-2 away from home in the second leg to secure a final against us. And as we look at the stats here, João Felix, 6 goals in 12 for the Portuguese man. And then Harvey Barnes as well, now at Atletico Madrid. He has 6 goals as well. So 5 goals. So he is flying with the club. Johnson and Farmer lead the assists. It looks like Johnson will secure that 8 in 8 for Brennan. Unbelievable. Whilst Jan Oblak, 6 clean sheets. That's going to be huge. Atletico Madrid, as we've seen from their run, they don't concede many goals. So are we going to be able to overturn the Spanish giants in what is going to be a huge European game? As we look at La Liga, how their table has finished. They finished third, actually, on 76 points. 14 adrift of Real Madrid at top. 12 adrift of Barcelona second. So a firm third place for Atletico Madrid. And don't forget, this is a side that we have big history with. We have had big transfer history with them as well. We brought in Renan Lodi from them for what was our record transfer fee for a while. Remo Freuler went the other way. We sold Matty Cash to them in recent times. And we also almost sold Taiwo Awoniyi, don't forget, all the way back in, I think it was the start of season 3. Start of season 4 actually, when we'd missed out on Champions League. Atletico Madrid came in for him. We sat down with Diego. We actually sat down, and if we could have agreed a fee, he would have been playing for Atletico Madrid in this fixture. We couldn't agree a fee, thankfully for us, and he stayed with Forest. And my word, what a man he is. By the way, he secured his 3rd golden boot in a row. Taiwo Awoniyi, what a player he has been. What a star. Can he lead us to European success? This is going to be a huge game. It's going to be a tough one. Atletico Madrid, we know Simeone's sides are defensively sound, and from what my research has told me, they've got a lot of ex-Premier League stars in this team as well. So their players are going to know how we play. They're going to know our style. But this is going to be a good one, as the final is in PSV at the PSV Eindhoven Stadium. A great stadium, this. A great city as well, actually. I've visited it before, watched FC Eindhoven, who were in the Dutch 3rd division, I think. Something like that. There was actually a cracking atmosphere a few years ago I went. Anyway, sorry, went off on a tangent. Europa League final. Final game of season 4. Nottingham Forest against Atletico Madrid. And it's a rainy night in Eindhoven. This one is just going to be tasty. You know it. These boys are up for the task, though. They've had a fantastic season. They've become league champions. They've already created history. But can they become idols? Can they just go that one step further and secure a league and European double? We obviously go with our strongest lineup. In the earlier stages of the Europa League, I did rotate, focusing on the league. That was my priority for the season. But as we got deeper into the competition, you can't not focus on it. And, you know, whether it's the Champions League, the Europa League, or the Europa Conference League, every trophy matters. And when they brought in the Europa Conference League, people said that, you know, it wouldn't really matter. It wasn't a real trophy. Well, you know, look at West Ham last season, how much they enjoyed winning that trophy. And you know, I'm a Spurs fan, and if I was offered the Europa Conference League, I wouldn't laugh. I wouldn't laugh it off. I would take it. So, yeah, every trophy matters. Every European trophy matters, and yeah, as you'll see, our team there, it is our strongest possible lineup. Very happy with how the team has been performing in recent weeks. John Stones, we brought him in. He has been that experienced head at the back. He's obviously won it all with Man City, and now he's with us, and I think he's been class. Obviously, we don't have Simican, so Max Kilman is at the back with John Stones. No Simican, he's the only injury for us. As we look at this Atletico Madrid team, yeah, littered with ex Premier League players: Harvey Barnes, Declan Rice, James Maddison, Cucurella, Laporte, Aguirre, and obviously Matty Cash, who we sold to Atletico Madrid. This is going to be a tough game. Jan Oblak, he's already won the Golden Glove in this competition. Can we find a way past the shot stopper? Well, it is kickoff in Eindhoven in the Europa League final. I just wanted to set all the boys' nerves early, get some possession underway. But Atletico Madrid are actually looking to hold the ball well and move it well. You know, Rice and Maddison in particular are quality players. We've seen they've both moved on this summer, as well as Harvey Barnes actually, and all three have had big impacts at their clubs early doors. Early free kick for Atletico Madrid swung in but headed out. Brennan Johnson working the ball. He's coming off the back of his best season goal scoring wise, 24 Premier League goals. He finds Nico Williams, who finds Taiwo Awoniyi. Bit of space for the Nigerian. And it's the perfect start for Forest. 1-0 after just 9 minutes. And he runs to the camera, turns it around, and celebrates with those travelling fans. 9 minutes on the clock, and Forest lead in the Europa League final. It's a beautiful counter-attack from a Atletico Madrid free kick. Brennan Johnson holds the ball up well, finds Nico Williams, the Welshman. He lays off Taiwo Awoniyi, and this guy is golden. You cannot give him any space. He will take that chance. Taiwo Awoniyi, 9 minutes in, and the number 9 gives us the lead. That's his 7th in 7 in this competition. He is outrageous. So good is the Nigerian. 3 golden boots in a row in the Premier League. He is looking to lead us to European glory. And he has another chance here, but it's a good save from Oblak, who has lost that clean sheet. He may have 6 in the competition. It won't be 7. And he's just denied us a second goal there. Madrid looking to bounce back here, but it's a great block from Max Kilman, actually, denying Atletico Madrid a good shooting opportunity there. Good block from the former Wolves defender. And then it would be Atletico Madrid's time to put in a good block. Taiwo Awoniyi's shot getting denied by Aguirre. And then Max Kilman at the other end, he's involved already all over the shop in the early stages. His header is saved by Oblak before the chance is cleared. Just over 5 minutes ago in the half, and Taiwo finds Renan Lodi. Brennan Johnson was free for a squared ball, but I went for the shot and made the wrong choice there. As soon as I hit that shoot button, I knew I'd made the wrong choice. I should have laid it off to Brennan, who would have had an open goal. I didn't do that. Hopefully I won't be made to rue that chance. On the stroke of half-time, and Nico Williams swings a ball in, but it's headed out, and the referee blows his half-time whistle. A lot of our play was coming down that right-hand side. I was finding a lot of success with both Nico Williamses. They were having a lot of fun down that right side, not so much down the left. But at the half-time interval, we lead Atletico Madrid 1-0 in the Europa League final. Taiwo Awoniyi's 9th minute goal. Heading into the second half, and A crunching tackle from John Stones. I absolutely loved that tackle, and it leads to a Brennan Johnson chance, but Oblak saves. Honestly, that tackle was proper old school, ball and man, but it was a fair tackle nonetheless. And then the resulting corner, Adeyemi heads over the German. Been a bit quiet in this game so far, failing to get him involved. On the hour mark, the ball would be given away by Declan Rice before Nico Williams with a beautiful ball to Adeyemi. We just said he's been quiet, but can he have an impact? Yes, he can. Karim Adeyemi, brought in January after we sold Zyankov to Tottenham. That could be his biggest goal yet for the club. Beautiful ball from Nico Williams. Look at that from the Spaniard. That is beautiful. One winger to the other. Adeyemi has All Black closing him down. His shot is inch perfect. This replay here will really show it. Bar and post and then in. Beautiful finish. And with half an hour to go, we lead 2-0 in this tight affair where Atletico Madrid have not had many chances. They look to respond straight away, but João Felix sees Dean Henderson save his shot. Ball cleared away. And there is just 5 minutes to go now. We make a couple of subs. Jacob Ramsey and Alexander Isak on for Brennan Johnson and Adeyemi as we look to see this through. Atletico Madrid getting desperate. They need a goal. They need some way to get back into this game as they make a sub. Maddison off for Trezor. But it would be Forest who look to make it 3. Both subs, Ramsey and Isak, involved immediately. But the latter shot is poor and is straight at Oblak. Atletico Madrid still within a chance. Just a glimmer of hope. A slimmer? I went for a slim chance and a glimmer of hope as Maxime Lopez receives a yellow card here. Late tackle and João Felix breaking up the play. We don't mind that at all, Maxime, as we enter injury time. Ball comes in, headed out by Kilman. He's been brilliant today. What can Atletico Madrid do here? Surely it's too late for them. We get the ball. Isak holds it up, plays it to Maxime Lopez. The referee's going to blow his whistle any moment now. Lopez, ball over to Nico Williams. He chests it down, volleys, it's dragged wide, but it doesn't matter. Nottingham Forest are European champions. The referee blows his final whistle and the 2025-26 season comes to a close with immaculate success. Nottingham Forest 2, Atletico Madrid 0. Full time here in Eindhoven, and Forest are league and European champions. What a season, what a campaign, what a career mode. It's taken us 4 years, proper graft. Yes, I wanted the Champions League, but any European trophy I would be happy with. All the way back in episode 1 I said, Nottingham Forest have European history. They have pedigree. They won the top Europeans' top prize back to back in the late 70s. I want to bring a European trophy back to the City Ground. Well, we've achieved that goal and some. As Ryan Yates, the Youth Academy graduate, captain now, lifts the trophy. And Forest are European champions. Oh God, I'm buzzing with that one. It was a tough game, honestly. That early goal really settled the nerves, really allowed us to play our game with a lot of freedom, which I think we do anyway, but when you're in a final, just an early goal helps massively. Atletico Madrid didn't create too much. Dean Henderson made a couple saves with shots from distance, but really wasn't tested much at all, and he secures a clean sheet and victory for us. As we see the players walk around the pitch, celebrating with the fans, lifting the trophy, fireworks going off. Oh man, these are beautiful scenes. Beautiful scenes. What a group of players. We have really brought together an incredible core group of players. Some of those players have been here since day one. The likes of Yates, Johnson, Awonyi, Nico Williams have all been here since day one. We had Lodi and Henderson on loan. We made both of those signings permanent, although Lodi was in season 3, I think we made him permanent. And then, the signings of the likes of Alexander Isak, Adeyemi, Nico Williams. These players have been fantastic additions to the club. Maxime Lopez in the midfield, I love that midfielder. He is class. I know he's only 82 rated, but he is brilliant. Him alongside Ryan Yates, what a midfield pairing. And then when you got the likes of like Jacob Ramsey that you can bring off the bench, Benjamin Farmer, Isak, as we said, it just, the depth, the quality and depth in this club is fantastic, and it's really shown now. What a season. Premier League champions and then Europa League champions as well. We managed the season so well. Yes, we didn't make it as far as we would have liked in the cup competitions, bowing out in the quarterfinal stages in both. We had a fantastic, fantastic year, and well, what a way to end it. What a way to round off the season, as we see there, double for Nottingham Forest. 75 episodes, 4 seasons, Premier League champions and European champions. 38 games played, 26 wins, 9 draws, 3 defeats, 110 goals scored. That is our best goal scoring season. 47 goals conceded. I think we were the third best defensive team, which is a massive, massive improvement because you all know how much we concede. Um, 87 points, 5 ahead of Man City. A fantastic season. 21 games unbeaten to end the season. What an incredible, incredible run. That game when we lost to Man United at home, before that we had a 100% record against United, 6 wins from 6 against the Red Devils. Losing that game was tough, and the team turned it around fantastically. And yeah, Southampton, Norwich and Palace all go down, although take it with a pinch of salt because um, after the new season refreshes, it sometimes changes. Newcastle beat Liverpool in the FA Cup final. What a result for them. The Magpies securing an FA Cup trophy. We went out in the quarterfinal stage to Leeds 4-1 after drawing 1-1 in the 90 minutes. We were conceded 3 in extra time. Tottenham beat Manchester United in the Carabao Cup final, so victory for Postecoglou's Spurs as they beat United. Again, we went out at the quarterfinal stage, a 3-2 home defeat to West Ham. Raspadori, I think, scored a hat-trick actually in that one. That was a disappointing end to our cup campaigns, but bigger picture, it was all worth it. As we look at the European competitions, Juventus beat the Galacticos Real Madrid 2-1 in the Champions League final. What a game that was. Wow, El Clasico in the semi-final, Madrid overturned Barcelona, and Inter and Juve played out an all Italian semi-final as well. And both Madrid and Juventus lost their second legs as well, but still went through. Obviously, you've just seen it. We've played out the Europa League final, beating Atletico Madrid. What a win that was. Absolutely buzzing that we've got a European trophy under our belt. And the Europa Conference League was won by Villarreal. They beat Tottenham. So Postecoglou Spurs reaching 2 finals this season, beating Man United in the Carabao Cup final, but losing the Europa Conference League. As we look at the Championship, Sheffield United, Burnley go up automatically. Obviously, we don't know who's gone up in the playoffs, but look at the points total. Oh my God. 3 teams finished with over 100 points. That is outrageous. Brighton, 100 points, and they haven't gone up. That is mental. Sheffield United go up ahead of Burnley as champions on goal difference. Wow. That is crazy. I hope Brighton went up in the playoffs. They faced Watford in the semi-finals, who finished 26 points behind. That's crazy. As we look at the stats for the Premier League, Taiwo Awoniyi, top scorer, 37 and 37. He beat his own record of 36 from back in Season 2. Brennan Johnson, his best scorer in season, 26 Premier League goals. He's been fantastic. He came in at the start of the season when Isak was injured and never looked back. Brennan was really, really class because Awoniyi actually started slow as well, so class from the Welshman. And it would be those two that would top the assist chart as well. Taiwo, 23 assists. It looked like Brennan would win it, but in the last few games, Taiwo managed to bag a few assists, including, I think, he set up 2 or 3 of Johnson's goals at Bournemouth. Johnson with 20 assists in 36 games. And Dean Henderson would win the Golden Glove. Really, really happy for Dean. Like we said, conceding goals is always an issue for us in this, in career modes. And so to finish with the third best defence, and Dean Henderson keeping 13 clean sheets, basically 1 every 3 games, was fantastic. And I think he kept 5 in the last 7 league games, which was absolutely huge. Clutch when it mattered from Dean. Loved that. Red cards. Rafinha received 2 red cards this season. One of them was, of course, against us. A lot of these red cards were against us. The AI just seems to react crazily and want to get red cards. It's a bit of a weird one. But yeah, FA Cup, Oliver and Salah, as well as a few others, 4 goals, top scorers. Jota, the most assists, and Livakovic, for Newcastle, as Newcastle did win the FA Cup actually. Yeah, disappointing we couldn't go further in the cup competitions, but it also meant that we were able to manage our games a lot more for the Premier League and the Europa League. I think if we had had a cup competition in there as well, it would have been hard to, we've got a good depth in squad, but I think we managed it perfectly. So it would have been hard to know how to rotate that properly. As yeah, we touched on Dean Henderson winning the Golden Glove. I mean, season four was the season we conceded the least amount of goals, 47. Looking back at the other three seasons, I mean, season three we had the sixth worst defense. We conceded 64 goals, so we've conceded 17 less goals this season, which is fantastic. Um, Season two we were the third worst, 76 goals conceded, and in season one I think we were the worst in the league actually, conceding 72 goals. So the defense improved season per season. One won the Golden Boot the last 3 years. He came second in season one. Brennan Johnson, 15 assists in the first season, which was the most in the league actually. So he's always been in and around. Brereton Diaz got 18 goals in 21 of the second season. This is what I mean as well. Along with Taiwo smashing it, we always had a second goal scorer who smashed it. Brereton Diaz was that man in season two. He got 18 and 21. In the third season, Isak got 15 and 19. He only played half a season. He got 15 goals. But unfortunately had an ACL injury, and then this season Brennan Johnson smashed it. As we look at our overall stats, 212 games managed in this career mode, 125 won, 35 drawn, 52 lost. We scored 530 goals and we conceded 366. One club, one league title, one domestic cup, one continental cup. Our biggest win came on the final day of this season, a 7-0 win at Aston Villa, and our biggest defeat came towards the back end of last season, a 7-1 home loss to Leeds. That one really hurt actually. As we run through the squads, and you can tell by the way I'm talking that this will be the last episode of this career mode. I felt like this was the perfect way to end it. End of the fourth season. We've just won the league. We've won the European title as well. FC24 comes out in just over a week's time. So I felt like this was a good point to end this career mode. I think if we'd lost the Europa League final, I probably would have ended it anyway, but it's nice that we've won it. We've ended it with a win in Europe as well. So it was a really nice way to end it. I'm really looking forward to FC24 coming out. It's going to be a fantastic game. I'm really excited. I've got so many career modes planned for YouTube. So if you're not already, make sure you're subbed to the channel. Let's try and hit 300 subs before FC24 comes out. We're only 11 away. So drop a sub on the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I just want to say a massive thanks as well as we run through the team here. A massive thanks for the support on this series. I did a smaller series on FIFA 22, but I didn't commit to it too much. This one is the first series I've really committed to massively. 75 episodes. It's not easy at all, but you guys have been incredible with your support. The channel has grown massively, and I hope that when we're at this point next year, talking about the end of FC24, I hope that we've grown even more, and you guys have enjoyed multiple series that I've put out on YouTube in the next year. So all I can say is thank you massively for the amount of support you're showing me, and I'm just someone who's playing a bit of FIFA and putting on YouTube. So I appreciate everyone that takes the time even to watch a second of the episodes. I appreciate it massively. It's actually a shame that we're ending the series because there are a few players who I'd love to see play next season. Nathan Noble, obviously a lot of potential. George Forster looks like a really good player. Todd and Wright as well look like ballers. And we're back in the Champions League now as well, so it'd be cool to see how we would get on. I might just play a bit off and not record the gameplay. I might just play a bit in this sort of period whilst we're waiting for FC24 to come out. If you have any ideas for FC24 career modes that you would like to see, let me know in the comments as well. I do have ideas already. I've got my first team that I will be doing a realistic career mode with, and then I'm also going to be bringing out a series called Returning to Glory, where I bring clubs who used to have better days, who have fallen now in current years. I have a few teams in mind across Europe that I want to basically run a series where I bring them back to glory. So I've got a few teams in mind I want to do that with, but if you have any ideas for a series, let me know in the comments. As we run through the stats here, and actually Dean Henderson and Jacob Ramsey, the most appearances this season, 51 games they played. Jacob Ramsey, that stat surprises me because I always felt like he wasn't getting enough game time, but he actually played the joint most. So yeah, fair play. He was class. He was absolutely class. As a sub or when he was playing in Europe. As we look at the goal stats now, I mean, Toa Awoniyi, this guy is ridiculous. 46 goals in 48 games. He is an absolutely insane player. Up 3 ratings to 89, one of the world's best now, no doubt. Brennan Johnson, 33 goals in 47 games, his best season for sure. Alexander Isak, a quiet year for him actually. When we brought him in, I thought he was going to be the replacement for Johnson, but a couple of big injuries for him meant that he fell down the pecking order, but still got 16 goals and he came up big towards the back end of the season. I think he scored 7 in his last 6 in the Prem. Nico Williams, first season with the club, 15 goals, 20 assists, fantastic from him. Benjamin Farmer scored 10 and assisted 7 in all competitions, including a hat-trick on the final day. Still not convinced with Benjamin Farmer, it's so funny. Jacob Ramsey, as we touched on before, the joint most appearances, 8 goals, 16 assists. Karim Adeyemi, a bit quieter than I would have liked, 7 goals, 7 assists, but he was fantastic nonetheless. Hosselu, obviously, he didn't really play towards the back end of the season, but 5 goals and 2 assists. He was huge in the Europa League in the group stage. It was he and Isak starting those games, and Hosselu was class actually, and he formed a really good relationship with Brennan Johnson as well. Nathan Noble, as we touched on, 4 goals, 6 assists in 9 games. This kid is going to be special, up 5 ratings to 76. Would love to see what he would do next season. And then you see there the captain, Ryan Yates, 2 goals this season, 1 assist, all in the Premier League. What a fantastic player he is. He might only be 77 rated, but he is fantastic. One of the best ball-winning players I've played with on this game, actually. So noticeable. And then come, a few of the players. Lopez, again, a key player in our team. Adarabioyo was great when he came in. John Stones as well. And Kilman. We brought in 4 centre-backs. We completely changed our centre-back roster this season. And I think they all worked really well. Oscar Greenwood scored 2 and assisted 1 this season. Another, breakout season for him. Renan Lodi was class at left back. Phillips a bit quiet. Yates took that position off him and never looked back. As we look at the assists now, I mean, Brennan Johnson, 29 assists in 47 games. This kid was special. At the start of the Premier League season, Taiwo was actually drawing blanks, and I was a bit worried about him. Brennan Johnson stepped up and was that guy. Smashed it. 62 goal contributions in 47 games is crazy from him. Dean Henderson, 16 clean sheets in all competitions, 13 in the Premier League, won the Golden Glove. Very, very happy with Dean, massively so. As we look at the contracts that are expiring, Hosselu we're going to let go for free. Rakitic and Sufal will be retiring at the end of the season, and Papa and Schmidt. I actually think I gave Papa a year extension. I think he did all right, and I wanted to keep him within the club. As we look at the objectives here, and this one frustrated me, to be honest. The youth development, it said that you had to have any youth academy graduates play 20 games, whether that's as a sub or as a starter. We did that. I showed the stats earlier, and Aidan Smith played 20 games on his own, and then I think Noble made 7 appearances, and Greenwood made 2, I think. So that's 29, but it didn't count it, which was frustrating. But anyway, we completed every other objective they want us to do. So yeah, overall, the board, I mean, I'm sure the board are thrilled. We've won the Premier League and the Europa League. 2 fantastic trophies to bring back to the City Ground. Very, very happy with how this went. Very happy with how this save went. But yeah, I just want to wish you all, I just want to say massive, massive thank you. The support on this channel has been absolutely phenomenal. The support on this series has been incredible. And we end it with a Premier League title and a European trophy as well. 4 seasons, 75 episodes in charge of Nottingham Forest. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I'll see you all in FC 24 very soon.